Welcome back to Love to Live in the Temecula Valley. I'm Catherine Materiali. I'm a realtor here in the Temecula Valley, and I love that I get to help people move here, get connected, and find a home that fits their life. I'd love to help you do that too. Before we jump in, make sure to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss more local shopping tours and neighborhood drives just like this one. Today, we're continuing our drive around the ring road at the Temecula Mall, picking up right where we left off at the Ynez Road first access point. From here, we're going to pass by Costco and continue along this stretch of the ring road, eventually looping back over toward North General Kearny where we started our drive last week. This section has a really strong mix with dining options, shopping, some entertainment, and of course Costco, which is the southernmost location serving the Temecula Valley. If you live in South Temecula or Murrieta, this is likely the Costco you'll be using regularly, along with many of the surrounding shops. Let's take a drive. We are going to start in the entrance over there by that building where you can see the blue entrance. So this is where we're going in, and then we're going to go and we're going to turn right. So we're going onto the ring road right now as if we were coming from Inez. And I'm going to take you into this first section here on the right, and then we are going to carry back round all the way to where we started on the video last week over by the Chick-fil-A at that entrance in between those two sections of shopping. So this place is one of those crab boil seafood places. This has changed hands so many times over the years. The last place it was, honestly, was like a party place and didn't love it at all. So hope this crab place makes it. Then in this section, you've got a Jamba juice, you've got a med spa, and then you have a couple, I'm going to go around the corner and you're going to see there's a couple of other dining options. There's Mediterranean food and there's Chinese food. I think I've eaten at that Chinese food place once. I'm not a big fan of Chinese food, but, oh, I'm sorry. No, this one's not the Mediterranean food. That's down a little bit further. This is Indian food. And actually, I have not gone there yet, but I want to because Indian food is actually one of my favorite cuisines. And I love that we are getting more diversity in the different sort of food that we have in the area. I am a real foodie. I love to have options, and I don't know about you, but I want something more than just like the BJ's and the Yard House. Don't get me wrong. I love the poke nachos at Yard House, but I want to have options. So you've got your Baskin Robbins and Togos. This is actually all in one location. So when you walk in, the Baskin Robbins is on the right and the sandwich counter is kind of in front of you to the left. And it's the same people working both sections. So it's a combo. And then you have the AT&T store here as well. And that's all that you have in this area. I'm going to turn around and then you can see as I'm turning and sorry, I had to kind of back up and turn myself around. There's another entrance here. So to the right, again, is Inez. And in front of us is the Costco parking lot. And you have the gas station there. And that whole section there on the corner is all of the Costco. And they have the typical things. They have the tire center. They have the gas station. They have and then the main Costco area. So going back around, another thing I want you to be aware of, okay, here's something you need to know. One of the things I always want to tell people about is like what traffic flow is really like. By the way, if you go straight there, that takes you up towards the Macy's, and the Cheesecake Factory has an exterior and interior entrance as well. So Cheesecake Factory is very popular, especially on Sundays. You will have a long wait on Sundays around brunch time. So right here, see how we have this great flow of traffic right now. I'm pretty intentional with what time I shoot these things because I don't want you guys to have to sit and watch traffic. It backs up there. And then see how there's a car trying to come out, right now they wouldn't have too much issue. There are times where it's very difficult to turn left from there, and you want to exit a different way. See how there's that right turn lane? That's for the gas station, for the fuel station. Because of the fuel station having just that short area there before you go into it, it backs up to the ring road, and you'll have a line of traffic, sometimes all the way back to that entrance by that traffic light, just to get to the gas. This Temecula Costco was our only Costco for in this proximity for the longest time. There was this one, and then there was one in Lake Elsinore, and I literally avoid this Costco like the plague. I would go to the one in Lake Elsinore, and then they opened up the one in Murrieta off of Clinton Keith. And now we have the 3 Costcos in this area of Temecula Valley. And that has definitely helped relieve some of the tension. This is still the busiest Costco location, and parking can be a bear. The lines inside, especially around holidays, like around Memorial Day weekend and things like that, when people are getting all their stuff for their barbecues and their parties, it gets really, really crowded. So if you can, now if you live in South Temecula, you're not going to drive all the way to Lake Elsinore or even to the Murrieta one. You're going to come here. So just be aware then, if this is going to be your Costco, you want to make sure that you're selective with what time you go. And I would not go on the weekend. I would just avoid it. If you live in other areas, you might want to consider checking out one of those other 2 Costcos. That's what I do, and I don't have any issues. I love the one off of Clinton Keith. I don't have any problems there. So not that this one is a problem, but okay, so now that's enough. I'm getting off of my little rave there. So now we're going up into this next section. So this shopping center, I don't know if you can call it a shopping center, really. This is on the corner. So directly in front of me is Margarita Road. And then to the right is Overland. Okay. So this sits on the corner of Margarita and Overland and is right by MSJC, which used to be one of the Abbott buildings, but Abbott doesn't need all that square footage anymore. So they sold it, and MSJC, Mount San Jacinto Junior College, or you don't call them junior colleges anymore, but the community college is, you'll see here in a minute, I'll show you where it is. So you have the Red Lobster there. And then this is one of the entrances. So if you were to turn right there, and you kind of sit at that side street, you would look straight ahead, and the MSJC building is directly in front of you. So this shopping center is very likely going to get some of the students popping over for lunch and such. And you just have this little small section. I want to point out, so you've got the Poke Port, you've got a dentist, you've got a couple of things here. See that Zen Curry and Grill? You guys, yummy food. It is family owned, and the food is delicious. I think they're still doing it. They do on certain days and times, they have like buffet style, but they also have lunch specials, but I love that place. Now here, I'm not driving you all the way around, but I just want you to have an idea. This whole section here, it's all, office building type things. But most of it is going to be industry specific, like you saw an iPlace there. But there's like some escrow companies in here, and real estate offices and lender offices. So honestly, I don't see that you're going to need those buildings very much, which is why I didn't focus too much time on it. So that drone that you saw there, that showed what I was talking about, how it sits there on the corner of Margarita and Overland. We're going to go back out again, and now I'm going to take you to the right. So Costco is now going to be in front of us. To the left will be the light at Overland, and then we're going to go to the right towards the ring road. Okay. And I'm going to, instead of going all the way to the stop sign, I'm actually going to turn right here into this side entrance of the shopping center. And I'm going to take you all the way through. You can see that there's a bunch of stuff along here. And there's some really great eating options in here. There's even an axe throwing place in here. There's a lot of fun stuff. So where that American flag is, to the left, that's Burgers and Beer. And you can guess it. They've got a bunch of different kinds of burgers and they have a bunch of different kinds of beer. So just like good all-American fare. This building to the right, this used to be a KB Home design studio. It's vacant right now, but right next to it is Ayara. My husband and I have been going there for years, and we stopped going for a while because the owners of it, when we first moved here back in 2008, oh my gosh, their crab wontons had this water chestnut in it, and the way that they wrapped them was amazing. It has changed hands several times over the years. We did go again recently, and we were happy again. So I love Thai food. That is a place that you will want to check out. Then you've got the Shogun. Do I say Shogun or Shogun? I don't know. Correct me. Drop a comment below and let me know. And then you have the thrift store as well. And then we're going to then go into this next little cluster. You can see there on the corner, you have, if you want LASIK, you've got an optometrist there. And there are a couple little things in here that I want to point out. So as we turn right, just up here to the right, there's an axe throwing place. And it's very popular. Axe throwing has become very popular in our area. You can see the little logo there on the building that kind of has that greenish color there just to the right. There's a couple of vacant spots there just beyond it. So that white building there isn't anything really to point out much right now. But then you have that Hotworx, which I think is that red light therapy. And that is also gaining a lot of traction in our area as well. So if that's something that you are into and want to know a location, then just know that's there. And then we had passed a Sola salon before. You have the Guru salon. I want to point out Handel's. Do you have Handel's where you live? I love this ice cream place. There's a bunch of them in San Diego. They have delicious ice cream. So yummy. So if you are an ice cream person like me, definitely check that place out. Soccer is really big in this area. You've got Soccer Warehouse there, HobbyTown. So if you like RC cars or anything like that, that's a great spot to go to. Plato's Closet is a resale store that is very popular with, a lot of kiddos. I call them kiddos, and they're like teens and 20s. And then this Los Panchos, that is a great sit-down Mexican restaurant. They've got awesome salsa, great food, great service. That's a good place to check out. And then I'm going to loop around here. Unfortunately, my Daniel, my son who does all of our drone, he forgot to get a drone shot so you can see it. But you've got a couple things here. You have another taco shop, which you can't see. And then right here, this is Crafted Scone. There used to be this French restaurant there, like a lunch place that was amazing. They unfortunately went out of business during the pandemic, but now it is owned by Crafted Scone, or leased there rather. And I just love how much her businesses are thriving, and she keeps up opening up more locations. We have one in Old Town Murrieta by where I live, and it is definitely my destination spot when I meet a girlfriend or colleague for coffee, just because the vibe is so great. They always have the sweetest people working there. And if you're into scones, even if you're not into scones, you will be into scones after you eat at that place. They have savory and sweet, and they are absolutely delicious. Then you've got the Pancake House. That's a classic. I don't know if you have that where you live, but I know my husband's family, they love the Pancake House. I am not a big breakfast person, but if you like going out for breakfast, you're going to have some good options here. So as we finish up this last section, that street behind there is Margarita. So all of these restaurants and shops and things, back up to Margarita. And then the ring road is on the left-hand side. And you have a few other things in here. I think that Salt and Light is some sort of like wellness spa. I'm not sure. And then we're going to be finishing up here on the end with the Italian restaurant. I'm totally spacing on what it's called, but it's the one where when the server comes to your table, they write their name upside down. And I'm always so impressed. Oh, Macaroni Grill. That's what it's called, Macaroni Grill. But I'm always so impressed with how they can do that. And then right here on the end, you can go to the right, and that will take you out to Margarita, that shopping area in front of you. That is where we started last week, where the Lazy Boy place is and the hair salon and the nail salon that I go to. So hopefully you have found this helpful. That was a look at this section of the ring road around the Temecula Mall from Inez over toward North General Kearny. This area is another key part of the overall shopping hub, especially with Costco right here, along with a mix of dining, retail, and everyday conveniences. Because of its location, this is a spot people from Temecula and Murrieta and the surrounding areas use all the time, whether they're making a quick stop or combining multiple errands in one trip. Hey, if this was helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss the next part of the series. I would love to be your guide for all things Temecula Valley. We'll see you on the next video.